So all these numericals which I am going to discuss in all these chapters, every small topic, it's a collection of such questions which cover the whole concept very well. You can try on different kind of books, different material for different kind of questions, for different kind of applications on the concept. But here, the kind of solved problems we are going to discuss here and then the NCERT questions, it will be like you have tried on every possible option that can be asked on this concept that we have just learned. So, with me, as I'll be taking every solved example in the sequence and then the NCERT questions, if you follow the same, try your own methods in addition to what I teach, you will be almost an expert on every concept. There will be hardly any problem which you will see coming out of this spectrum of questions which I am going to discuss with you in the solved examples and NCERT questions. So when I say there will be hardly any question out of your range, I mean it. So let's start with, and all these questions all these numericals which we'll be discussing, they are in a sequence of simplest to the difficult category. So with every numerical, you will have gain of confidence, gain in expertise. Let's talk of this question number 1, which says, calculate how many electron would have to be removed from a copper penny to leave it with a positive charge of 10 to the power minus 15 coulomb. So what I want is, I want a positive charge of 10 to the power minus 15 coulomb. How many electrons? Electrons are to be removed ultimately for getting a positive charge. So how many electrons should be removed? So we have this relation Q is equal to Ne. So Ne, I want 10 to the power minus 15, N 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb is 10 to the power minus 15. So N, how many electrons will be 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power 4. So we can calculate, it comes out to be 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 electrons or 6250 electrons. So that many electrons, 6250 electrons should be removed from this copper penny to give it a charge of 10 to the power minus 15 coulomb. But in case, do you think that this value, it is satisfying the quantization nature? Yes. If this value was 6250.5, 6250.1, then that was not possible because the n has to be integer number. It cannot be a fraction. Now let's come to question number 2 from here. Is a charge of 5.8 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb possible? So question is, you are having a charge of 5.8 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb on a body. Is it correct? Is it possible? So I have this relation Q is equal to Ne. Ne is equal to 5.8 10 to the power minus 19 and the value of E is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 is equal to 5.8 10 to the power minus 19. So the value of N is 5.8 divided by 1.6 and it comes out to be 3.625. Now what should be your answer? Is it following quantization property of electric charge? Is this value of N an integer value? Answer is no. We cannot have a shift of 3.625 electrons, either gain or a loss. It will be either 3 electron or 4 electron or 5 electrons. So this amount of charge is not possible. Now similarly, question number 3. What is total charge in coulomb associated with 75 kg of electrons? So you are given 75 kilogram of electrons. So how many electrons? We know the total mass will be number of electron into mass of each electron. So the total mass here is 75 kg. How many electron must be making this mass? So it is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg is the mass of each electron. So how many electrons are making this mass? So this is 8.24 into 10 to the power 31 electrons. So it is in fact these many electrons are together making a mass of 75 kg. Now what will be the charge? So Q is equal to Ne, and number of electrons is 8.24 10 to the power 31, and charge on every electron is minus 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So the total charge here comes out to be minus 13.18 into 10 to the power 12 coulomb. So 75 kg of electron would make a charge of minus 13.18 into 10 to the power 12 coulomb. So now question number 4, which says there is a lamp operating in a circuit and it has a steady current of 2.5 ampere in the filament. So you have filament of a lamp and there is a current which is flowing in this filament is 2.5 ampere in the bulb. How long does it take for 1 mole of electrons to pass through the lens? So I want 1 mole of electrons to flow. It means I can understand charge of electron, total charge of electrons to pass through. Q is equal to Ne. 1 mole 6.023 10 to the power 23 is the number of 1 mole, and charge of every electron is 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So when 1 mole of electron are passing, it means the total charge which is passing is minus 19.33 10 to the power 4 coulomb. Now question is, how long will it take? So how much time will it take for this much charge to flow? So I have a relation Q is equal to IT. I want time it will take, current by charge by I. So charge which is to be flow is 19.33 into 10 to the power 4. The current which is flowing is 2.5 ampere. So it will take a time of 7.73 10 to the power 4 second. So it will take a time of 7.73 into 10 to the power 4 second for 1 mole of electrons to pass when the current is flowing in the filament. Question number 5. Here we are given a nuclear reaction. We need to identify X. Like 6C12 plus 1H1, and then we are getting X. So you know 6 plus 1 charge is conserved, and here 12 plus 1 is 13. So this X must be what? Nitrogen. So finally we are getting 7N13 here. Similarly, let's talk this B. Here you are having 7N15 plus 1H1, and as a result you are getting 2He4 plus X. Now what is the value of X? What X you can assume about X? So here it is 7 plus 1, 8 minus 2, so I am getting 6. Similarly 15 plus 1, 16 minus 4, so it is getting 12. So this X is actually carbon. So it is 6C12. So that's how we can complete our nuclear reaction. So now this question number 6, you can say it's a next level question, and a similar question you will see as NCERT question. Calculate total charge in coulomb associated with 250 centimeter cube of neutral water. So you have H2O. If I say what is the molecular mass of each atom, of each water molecule, it is 18. And similarly, what is the charge? So it will be plus 10E as well as minus 10E, positive and negative charge, which is contained by every molecule of water, 1H1 plus 1H1 plus 8O16. So the molecular mass of one molecule of water is 18, and charge every molecule of water contains is plus 10E and minus 10E. Now another thing which I can understand is, from here I can say 18 gram of water mean is actually 1 mole of water. And then once we say 250 centimeter cube of water, so 250 centimeter cube of water, because 1 centimeter cube is 1 gram of water, is actually 250 gram of water. So I can say number of moles in 250 centimeter cube of water is, if I want to calculate how many moles are there in 250 centimeter cube of water, so I'll say 250 gram divided by 18. This is number of moles. Here I can once again utilize this outcome. If every molecule has 10E and minus 10E, so if I say positive charge in 1 mole of water, say X, positive charge in 1 mole of water will be plus 10E into 6.023 10 to the power 23 molecules. So positive charge in 1 mole of water will be 9.63 into 10 to the power 5 coulomb. So I have got some outcomes. This is telling number of moles of water, and this is telling charge in 1 mole. So if I now calculate total charge positive in 250 gram of water, it is number of moles into X. So number of moles is 250 divided by 18, and here it is 9.63 10 to the power 5. So we have a total charge 1.338 into 10 to the power 7 coulomb, and it is a full integer value. So this charge is correct, is possible. And if you are just looking for total positive charge, this is fine. The total negative charge also will be the same. So in the question I should correct, calculate total positive charge, because if I just say what is the net charge in 250 centimeter cube of neutral water, answer is 0 only, because equal is positive and equal is the negative charge that is existing there. So this is question number 6 for you.